Yep, after this opening, Julie, I'll do the updated order list. That's fine. So you've got the brighter coral as your gifted pearl. Look at the end and tell the items of jewellery at the end. Nicola, that's perfect. Okay, so I will go through and measure all of these ones from these oysters though, if you'd like me to. Unless you don't want me to measure them all, that's fine. I could just measure the largest if that's what you prefer, but I'm very happy to go through and do all of them. So coral is your gifted pearl there. Okay, oyster number 1, good luck. Slight double pop there. There's your mother of pearl, so we can definitely see there's no pearls on that side. We have a squidge in here. Oh, 1 and 2. And there's no more in that one. So you are twinning from your first oyster. Measure the largest and smallest from all of these oysters as well, if I've read that correctly. Or did you mean just from the 25 pearl oyster? So here you've got twinning. It's like a silver purple. Twin number 1 and twin number 2, again, it's silver purple. It's quite a dark purple, but you can definitely see that coming through there. So silver purple twins. Let me just reposition them in the sand. There we go. Oyster number 2. Light pop there. And there's your mother of pearl. Out of all of the pearls, okay. Now I can feel, there we go, I was going to say I could feel, oh, there's something in there. Just had to pop it out of the pouch. Okay, so there's nothing else in there. So you've got a lighter coral from your second oyster. So lighter coral. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put single pearls from the bottom, and then that way we can, if you've got any other multiples, we can keep them together just so you can then see the pairs, etc. Your next oyster. Lighter pop there again. And there's your mother of pearl. And I can actually see with this one, if I focus that, we've got 1 and, oh, flying pearls today, 2. Let's have a squidge. It looked flat, bless you. I suppose it does have some shape, but yeah, it's not as shapely as some of them. Like this one's very shapely, so yeah, it does look flatter. So twinning with your third oyster. I'm losing count already. Now these twins are definitely different sizes, slightly different shades as well. So this one here is gorgeous two-tonal chocolate. So you've got lighter and darker there. And then you've got this one here, which is visually smaller. Again, two-tonal chocolate with lighter and darker areas. Oh, the pearl at the bottom. I'm very confused. This is what I get for trying to open everything and then trying to read comments as well. I don't always get to see them. I apologise, so I don't always understand what's going on. Moving on to this oyster. Now this one does have some barnacles on there. Just see in there. So let's... I don't know if that was a good enough pop. There we go. I didn't want to squidge because that would be really cool to show the kids that one. There we go. Oh, and he's got a pearl blister as well. Okay, so there's no pearls on that side. Now, straight down the bottom there, there's going to be one that... Nope, he didn't. Yep, he did. So his bottom with the dangly bit. Let me squidge in here. And you're twinning. There's no more in that one. And twinning with chocolate twins here. Again, possibly slightly two-tonal. I do love the two-tonal chocolates. Oh no, although that's a gorgeous colour. Almost looks like a golden, like a dark, do you know what I mean? Like a dark chocolate gold. But it is chocolate, but it's that colour. And then this one is a two-tonal chocolate and gunmetal. So these two look like they're the same size, but again, different shades. If I just move that around a bit more, you can then see the chocolate shade coming through. Oh. Now this one is a clapper, so it does mean that I don't need to pop him. He is opened up. Now I can actually see in there a pearl. Let me see if I can show you. Yes. So it is nestled in its pouch. It's not coming out or anything, but we can see a pearl in there. So let me open that up. No pearls on that side. And then as you saw, we have got a lighter watermelon. And there's no more in that one. So you can see the difference between the watermelon and the corals. So the watermelon does just have that slightly more pinky tone to him. So I'll pop it down the bottom. That one's quite large. We'll definitely measure that one. Down the bottom just because it's more of a single pearl there. Your next oyster. I know I normally go from one side to the other, but because of the way I piled them, I'm just sort of going to the easiest grab one where they don't all then fall. Okay, so again, lighter pop with that one. I can see a pearl right at the top here. So there's your mother of pearl. No pearls on that side. And right at the top is a gorgeous blue. Oh, and you are twinning. And there's no more in that one. Now I think that these are two-tonal actually. They are a gorgeous size. Oh, one of them I've seen does have an imperfection as well. So let's go through them. Twin number one, does he? Oh, I think he also has an imperfection. Yes. Okay, so they're both, this one's two-tonal. Let's get this refocused. With Pepsi and TARDIS blue. Okay, gorgeous coloration. Now in there, can you see just a couple of little imperfections there? It's quite hard to see. Okay, so that's twin number one. I'm just going to pop it on this side. Twin number two, again, is two-tonal with lighter and darker blue. Oh, let's just wipe that off. Now, doesn't have as much of a difference with the colours. This one doesn't go as dark as his twin, but there is quite a large imperfection there. Now, I could hide a lot of that with jewellery. Because of it's a little bit longer, I wouldn't be able to hide it all, actually depending on the jewellery. But if, for example, like on a hoop fitting, I wouldn't be able to hide it all, but I would be able to hide most of it. But there's twin number two. So he's not as two-tonal as his twin, but gorgeous colourings there. 3 oysters to go with your normal oysters. So your next one, slight double pop there. And there's your mother of pearl. So there's no pearls on that side. And you've got a runaway, 2 and 3. You have triples, 3 pearls in that one there. So we've got a autumn peach. Oh, let's get it refocused. Autumn peach. Forest. Oh, now he looked like a forest green when he came out, but he's more chocolate. Now in that dark area there, that is a little flash of green, but I'm going to say his base chocolate now. So two-tonal chocolate with a flash of green to him. And then a silver grape purple. 2 oysters to go. Sharp pop there. And there's your mother of pearl. If I turn this around, you are twinning. There is lots of multiples today. Twinning with autumn peach twins. Again, very large pearls here. So you said measure the largest and smallest. So I think these peach twins are definitely ones that I'm going to measure just to make sure, to see if we've got any 9s, and if we have, obviously get you that in that 9 club. So autumn peach number 1, and then autumn peach number 2, which I think is actually slightly bigger than his twin. And then moving on to your last oyster. Light pop there. And there's your mother of pearl. And again, let me show you what I can see. Look at those. 1, 2, 3. And there's no more in that one. Okay, so if I dry these ones up. Okay, so right, straight away this one I can see has an imperfection. So this is a 2-tonal blurple. What I'm going to do actually, so let's just move these ones down a little bit and just get some room. So 2-tonal blurple with lighter and darker blurple areas. So blurple, as some of you know, some of you may not know, is a mix between blue and purple, and some lights you'll see more blue, some lights you'll see more purple. Now just there and there you do have an imperfection. So again, if you choose to have this one on the jewellery, I could probably hide the larger one, but not both at the same time on any item of jewellery at the moment, I don't think. Unless it's obviously in a cage. Cages, you don't necessarily see them at all. But 2-tonal blurple there. You've got a 2-tonal blue. I think that's just a piece. Let me just wipe that off. Yeah, that wasn't anything there. It was just a piece I didn't get fully with the kitchen towel. So 2-tonal blue with, oh, I just moved it. Sorry, let me just wipe it off again. There we go, I've definitely got it there. I apologise. So 2-tonal blue, lighter and darker. And then you've got a 2-tonal lemon yellow. So again, lighter and darker areas of the lemon yellow. Is this one egg-shaped? I wouldn't say so actually. No, let me... I suppose it's not fully rounded, but no, I wouldn't say it's egg. I think it's just angles. If I hold it at different angles, it looks... Okay, what do you think to all of these, Nicola? Like we've said, discussed at the start, I'll move straight on to the 25 pearl oyster, and then I'll go through and measure the largest and the smallest of them, of all of the pearls here. So I'll definitely measure the triples that we just had out and the twins here. They're your largest pearls, as in these twins and these triples I'll measure from these pearls large-wise. Okay, so... we'll move on to the 25 pearl oyster. Is it to donate those shells as well, or would you prefer to keep those ones? I'm just going to really quickly have a sip of my drink as well, if that's okay. But let's get your oyster out the bag first. Well, I've still got 5 in there, and I don't think I've got 5... Excuse me. So yeah, we'll definitely have 25 pearl oysters on the website this week with those, and obviously with the ones which have arrived. So let's go down for your 25 pearl oyster. Now this one has just slightly turned into a little clapper there, which is quite cool. So it means that I don't have to pop him. Again, pearls are nestled nicely in the flesh there. So actually they are really, really nicely in here. So there's your mother of pearl. I think you said to donate those shells, so if not, I'll bring that back. And in here, see, nothing's moving. They are gorgeously in and around the flesh there. Okay, so, oh, one pearl's popped out there. Beautiful. Let's have a squidge. So I just start wiggling them and they'll come loose. And then I can squidge out the ones on the side and within the flesh itself. Oh! Yeah, if you would like to order, it will be added on for today's order list. And I'll do an updated order list after this opening. Now, flesh has come away there, but I don't believe there's any more there. So let me just count these up for you. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 and 25. So let me dry these up, and then again what I'll do is I'll put the darkest at the top, lightest at the bottom, and then I'll go through all of the colours for you. Okay. Oh, I just split the kitchen towel there, so let's just move it to an area where it's not going to escape me. So good luck this time. So I'm going to keep these pearls on this side, but we shouldn't see those until the end now, because I'm just going to put the 25 pearl ones on this side here. Okay, so darkest ones at the top here. So you've got a darker chocolate and gunmetal grey. So I think this one's actually a base gunmetal grey, but with a chocolate overtone. Almost looks purple in some lights actually there, doesn't it? But I would say it's more gunmetal and chocolate. You've then got a silver chocolate, so base chocolate with a silver overtone, and a silver bells. So we're not starting off dark with this one. I'd actually say this pearl here is your darkest pearl, and he does actually have a hint of a bit of blue to him there. So I would say he's more of a slightly gunmetal with a hint of midnight blue. You've then got another silver chocolate. This one is two-tonal though, so you've got a gorgeous mottled lighter and darker area. You then have got another silver bells, slightly larger than the first one. A chocolate, oh, he does have an imperfection at the bottom there, so as I go around you can see it there. So another chocolate silver, slightly lighter than what's come out so far. And this one is a silver based oil slick. Now we haven't seen an oil slick in such a long while, and I've been waiting for one to come out. Now I'm hoping you can see this. Now normally our oil slicks are a dark gunmetal colour, so hopefully you can see this. It's a silver base, and as I go round, oh no, let me readjust. So as we go round, you should be able to see silvers, purples, greens and blues. Okay, so you've got silvers, and then it goes into like a purple here, and then here it goes into like a green and then blue, if you can see that. Now actually here in person you can see it more than on camera, but I'm hoping maybe if I go slowly, I'm hoping you can see that. So the darker ones are normally more prominent in the colours, but yeah, I hope you can see that one there. So silver based oil slick. Ooh. And then this one here is a mottled gunmetal grey. Okay, so those are your overall darker pearls. If we then move into a black cherry, a burgundy red, and then a slightly lighter burgundy red as well. You've then got a silver purple and another silver purple, and then look at this lilac. Now the lilac itself, just trying to work out if that's an imperfection on the bottom. Sorry, I can't do it one-handed. I don't think it is. So basically, when I look for imperfections, sometimes you can see that maybe a layer of nacre hasn't fully formed over the top. So that's what I'm just looking at here. So I'm just cleaning it up just to see if it is an imperfection or if it just needs to be cleaned up a little bit more. So I'm just using my nail to see. No, it is a fully smooth surface, I think. But he does look like he's got a slight imperfection here with the colouring. But the colour of this lilac is gorgeous. It's a really subtle... sorry, I'm just getting it refocused for you. Let's go here. There we go. So if you have a look at this one. Now just there you can see that slightly, it looks bumpy, but it's not bumpy at all. It's just a mottled colour. But the lilac is a really soft shade there. It is gorgeous. After the lilac, we're going to move into a bridal white, and then we'll go into a lemon yellow. Okay, from the lemon yellow, now this is where we go into a pastel gold and then a honey gold. We're getting some really cool rare colours today. So pastel gold, and that's the honey gold. So honey golds are close to autumn peaches, but they're more golden. So they're more towards the gold side than the peach side. So I'm hoping, yeah, you can see that there. Oh, so pastel gold and honey gold. You've then got a lighter coral, slightly brighter coral, sorry, and then a even more brighter coral, candy floss pink, a TARDIS blue, and a lighter icy blue. Okay, so they are your pearls from the 25 pearl oyster. I'm just going to zoom out. I don't know the best way, so I'll hold it this way first and then I can go and zoom in the other way. Now I will go through and do the largest and smallest pearls, Nicola. Regarding the jewellery, what's the best way that you'd like to do it? Would you like me to go through one item at a time, deciding what each colour you'd like on each item? Or would you like me to tell you all of the items and then you can work out which ones you'd like where? How would you prefer to do it? The one next to the honey gold, does it have a bump? Oh, the pastel, yes, I think he does. He's got like a little extra nubbin. Oh, it's not even a but, it's just, it looks like it's just there. So it's not actually a fully, see there, it's the slightest, ever so slightest little raise. But I think because of the colouring of it, it makes it look more pronounced than it is. So if I just, you can see it there, it doesn't, it's not a massive one, but I think, yeah, the colouring of it makes it look worse than it is. So yeah, there it is there. So it's not a massive little lump. Each item at a time. Okay, so I'll go through and start measuring the largest and smallest. Your first item, I'm actually going to work backwards if that's okay, because then I can put the pearls on as we go. So first item is the October birthstone charm. So that's the crystal heart with the October birthstone charm. So I I am not going to remember what colour October is. I want to say, so topaz is November. My brain's saying blue, but I don't think it is the blue one. Anyway, October birthstone charm. Which colour would you like there? Smallest, we're going to do, is definitely from the 25 pearl oyster. Let's try the bridal white. He's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6. He's a 6.5. TARDIS blue is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6. He's a 6.5. So you'd like to have the pink, so the candy floss pink on the October birthstone. Yes, so as you say the colours, I am going to take them out. Okay, next one is the September birthstone charm. So I'd say your smallest pearl is a 6.5. Largest pearl from the 25 pearl oyster, possibly the lilac. He's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. The lighter red is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. And the silver oil slick's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7 point, sorry, he is a 7.5. So from the 25 pearl oyster, smallest is a 6.5, largest is a 7.5. So I'm looking for the September birthstone charm. The first two-tonal blue with the Pepsi in. So this one here, you'd like on the September. Now I am just going to measure this one before I pop him away, if that's the correct one. He's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8. So he is an 8.5. But just confirm for me if that's the correct one. Yes, okay, perfect. Okay, you've then got the circle links earrings. So 2 pearls for the circle links earrings. I'm just going to measure his blue twin. He's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8. He's an 8.5. So they were the same size. Autumn peach ones is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8. He's an 8.5. And the twin, which visually looks bigger, is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8. So they're actually measuring the same size, but they do visually look slightly different. And then the lemon yellow is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8. He's an 8.5. The blue is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8. He's an 8.5. And the blurple's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8. He's an 8.5. So your largest pearl is an 8.5, my lovely. And from the 25 pearl oyster, it was a 7.5. Would you like me to continue measuring any, or are there any colours you'd like to see specifically? If not, those ones there are the largest and smallest. So it will just be the circle links earrings. So you'd like to swap the 2 silver purples. So these 2 here, and you'd like to have apple greens instead. Okie dokie. And these are for the earrings. Now my apple greens will have to be these 2. So they're not bright. I mean, they're still bright, but they're not the brightest we have, just because I am running lower on the brighter greens. So what do you think to those 2 there? Are they bright enough for you for those? Yes, brilliant. So apple green on there, perfect. 1 and 2. We then have the Lizard charm. So I'm just going to do it this way and go across